Welcome back to the show where we give you all the Dolphins news you need to know about, and I'm super excited today because we got some more news on Miami Dolphins draft prospects. This next piece of news comes from Barry Jackson of the Miami Herald. First up, the Dolphins have scheduled a visit with defensive tackle out of Oklahoma, Charles Walker. I don't really like him as a draft prospect. He had concussion issues at Oklahoma. He didn't obviously only played 4 games last season. He had 2 TFLs, 0 sacks. But what his strengths and weaknesses are, he's really good against the run, which is what this Dolphins need a defensive tackle to begin with. And he's okay at rushing the passer, but I don't really like him as a draft prospect all that much. But we'll see what happens. He's projected to go in the later rounds, maybe 2nd, 3rd round, somewhere in there. Alright, next up, the Miami Dolphins have shown interest in my favorite draft prospect for the Dolphins, Haason Reddick. So they're shown interest in, obviously coming in, bringing him in for a visit. He is an absolute beast. He was a walk-on cornerback at Temple. He has now played defensive end, outside linebacker, and middle linebacker. So that goes to show you the athleticism on this kid. He used to play cornerback. He had a very off-the-charts productive year. He had 10 sacks, 1 interception, 22 TFLs, and he played 3 different positions last season. So I love Haason Reddick to death. I think he's the best prospect for the Miami Dolphins. I will go to my grave saying that, and if we pass on him, I'm going to be kind of upset in a way, because I love him so much. I think he's going to be a great player. So moving on from that, the Dolphins have also shown interest in, I cannot pronounce the kid's name. It's an extremely hard name to pronounce. I'm going to call him, I think how you say his first name is Tano. He's a defensive end out of Villanova. He's 6'7", had a very productive year at Villanova. He had 16 TFLs and 11 sacks, which is very productive. Obviously, coming from Villanova to the NFL, that's a big leap, but he had a very productive year there, and he's a tweener guy. You could play him at defensive tackle, defensive end. He's huge. He's 6'7", so he's an interesting prospect just from his physical attributes. But we'll see what happens there. He's projected to go somewhere in the 3rd round. Maybe the Miami Dolphins pick him up. We put him at defensive tackle. He could be like a Calais Campbell kind of guy, which I really like the idea of that. And I think that's all the news. No, there's one more piece of news here. The Miami Dolphins have scheduled a visit with cornerback out of the Canadian Football League. He used to play for the Edmonton Eskimos. He's also, though, he's expected to sign with a different team, so don't get your hopes up if you know who I'm talking about. His name is John Ojo. He had a very good season last season in the CFL. He's a corner, but he is expected to sign with a different team. But we did work him out. This last piece of news is just in case you missed it. I am 100% sure no Dolphins fans missed this, but Zach Brown is officially signed with a different football team. He's signed with the Washington Redskins, and good riddance. I'm glad he's finally figured out what he's going to do with his life, and I'm glad I don't have to worry about it anymore. So that is going to be it, guys. I am Skyx1383. Let me know what you guys think about all these. I'm so excited for Haason Reddick. I'm so excited for just this draft in general. Let me know what you guys think about Tano, if that's how you say his name, Haason Reddick, and Charles Walker, and I'll see you guys in the next one.